Once upon a time, deep within the forest, there stood a magnificent tree adorned with lush green leaves. This grand tree was home to a woodpecker and a squirrel. While the woodpecker resided in the upper branches with its vibrant plumage, the squirrel had made its nest in the lower part with its soft fur. Every night, the woodpecker's pecking on the tree began to disturb the squirrel and its young one's sleep. The squirrel grew increasingly agitated by this situation. Night after night, it struggled to put its young ones to sleep, only to be awakened by the woodpecker's sounds, prompting it to try to soothe them back to slumber. Yet, more often than not, these efforts were in vain. One night, the woodpecker's pecking grew even louder, pushing the squirrel to its limits. Frustrated, the squirrel marched over to the woodpecker and engaged in a heated argument. However, unable to calm down enough to end the quarrel, the squirrel found itself embroiled in conflict. Following this incident, the woodpecker realized the extent of the squirrel's distress and offered a heartfelt apology. However, the squirrel remained deeply hurt and refused to engage in conversation. One day, while the squirrel ventured out to find food for its young ones, a predatory bird swooped in to prey upon the squirrel's offspring. Helpless cries echoed from the young ones as they feared for their lives. Hearing their desperate pleas from a neighboring tree, the woodpecker sprang into action. With piercing cries, the woodpecker frightened off the predatory bird, rescuing the squirrel's young ones. Upon returning home, the squirrel witnessed the woodpecker's heroic act and, overcome with emotion, embraced it and begged for forgiveness. Touched by the gesture, the woodpecker forgave the squirrel, and their friendship grew even stronger. From that day forward, they both understood the importance of sharing the same tree. Instead of restless nights filled with the woodpecker's pecking, a serene and peaceful slumber prevailed between the squirrel and the woodpecker, and henceforth they treated each other with greater understanding and respect. This was the magnificent tale of the woodpecker and the squirrel, a story of friendship and courage. May it inspire you and teach you the value of friendship.